Ladies and gentlemen, good day, and welcome to the Sealmatic India Limited FY25 half-yearly earnings conference call for the period 1st April 2024 to 30th September 2024. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. A statutory notice: all content on this earnings call is for informational purpose of a general nature only and does not address any circumstances of any particular individual or entity. Do not construe any such information or material as legal, tax, investment, financial, professional, or any other advice. Content on this earnings call does not represent or constitute any solicitation, inducement, recommendation, endorsement, or offer by Sealmatic. Any information, materials, statements, and/or data set out herein is subject to change anytime without notice, and as such, no reliance must be placed on fairness, accuracy, completeness, or correctness of any information and materials contained on this earnings call. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Umar Balwa, Managing Director of Sealmatic India Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ryan, for this introduction. Good evening and a very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fourth earnings call of today. Before I begin with the formal address, I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt appreciation to all of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules and accepting our invite and to be part of this call. I would also like to express our gratitude towards our shareholders and the keen interest expressed by investors and the analyst community in our company, Sealmatic. As I have already briefed over the previous 3 earnings calls about the company and our journey in the business of mechanical seals, and hence there's a lot of data available on the BS-CE side and also on our social media handles such as YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Hence, I will not get into specifics and make this introduction as brief as possible, which will allow us to take as many questions as possible. Just a brief introduction about the 6 months that went by. Sealmatic succeeded in increasing its turnover by 19% on a half-yearly basis as compared to FY24. Our half-year turnover period ending September 2024 stood at INR 448 million. This shows the demand for Sealmatic products is very strong and is being driven by the markets in India, Europe, North America, Middle East, and other regions globally. A quick look on the outlook for financial year 2025. So for the financial year 2025 half-yearly, Sealmatic has achieved a year-on-year organic order intake growth of almost 25%, which shall lead to seamless operations and will enhance profitability and similar increase in the top line. Our continuous investment into research and development drives our commitment to keep evolving our capabilities as a leading sealing technology company globally. In the Middle East, Europe, Russia, and USA, we are currently expanding our footsteps to support various OEMs and end users. Our recent joint venture in UAE, Abu Dhabi, in the name of SealTech LLC, will provide world-class support and services for mechanical seals, addressing the needs of major customers like ADNOC, OEMs like KSB, Sulzer, Sundyne, Ibarra, and host of other EPCs such as PEG, Saipem, Mary Technimont, Worley, Wood Group, and many other important customers, thus targeting a significant portion of the US 60 million mechanical seals market in the UAE. Similar activities are in an exploratory stage and are being conducted in Oman, Kuwait, and Qatar for the Middle East region. We are also exploring and are conducting a feasibility study for establishing a service center in Houston, Texas USA. Russia has been a good opportunity and a lucrative market for us. We are putting a major thrust over there. We have participated on a continuous basis in exhibitions. Until now, in the period of last 18 months, we have participated in 3 exhibitions with great success and are slated for the next exhibition in April 2025. Thus, our focus in Russia is in a strategic manner. Other important exhibitions that we are participating in the near future are at SABIC in Saudi Arabia, which is slated in January 2025, Egypt in Cairo, February 2025, Oil and Gas India in Mumbai, March 2025, Defense Expo in Chennai in September 2025, Pump Symposium in USA in September 2025. Our drive towards penetration in various markets is relentless, and we are committed to establishing Sealmatic as a global player, or rather I would say that we are globally recognized. Our new manufacturing unit in Kaman got fully integrated with our Mira Road unit. The new facility spanning an impressive 25,000 square feet signifies a remarkable expansion. Thus, this will enhance 65% of our production capacity to the existing capacity at Mira Road. Other important developments were such as we have signed an agency agreement in Saudi with the STG Group, thus marking a significant step in the company's expansion in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The mechanical seal market in Saudi Arabia is currently valued at an impressive $150 million, thus giving us opportunity to a potential of a huge market over there. Our global markets, which is exposed to more than 57 countries, have demonstrated a longevity along with year-on-year growth and will remain essential even as new markets will emerge in the near future. We will continue to invest for particularly demanding API 682, oil and gas, nuclear, marine, and other high critical applications. In this manner, we will create long-lasting value for our shareholders and employees, as a result of which we are one of the chosen companies in the field of mechanical seals for critical applications in nuclear, marine, power plants, oil and gas, etc. We have undertaken various CSR initiatives for development of society, including education, healthcare, destitute care, women empowerment, etc. I would also like to extend great appreciation and thanks to our shareholders for all their support and to our employees, customers, and partners without whom none of our achievements would be possible. I will now hand it over to Ratan, who is our CFO, to share vital details about the half year that went by.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are very pleased to present our result of half year FY25, which showcased significant performance. During this period, we have achieved revenue of 44.83 crores, which is an increase by 19% as compared to first half of FY24. We have achieved the profit before tax of 8.77 CR during first half of FY25, which is a 20% total of revenue. These profits are in line with profit percentage earned in March 24. In this first half of FY25, we have achieved the EBITDA of 10.36 crores, which is 23.1% of our total revenue earned in first FY25.
We are ready to take questions.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Pavnish from Ridhya Cars Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Sir, good evening. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes. Good evening.
जी सर, माय क्वेश्चन वाज जो हमारा प्रोफेशनल अभी इशू कैंसिल हुआ है, उसका क्या रीजन था कैंसिल होने का? व्हाट कुड बी द इफेक्ट ऑन लिक्विडिटी ऑफ द कंपनी बिकॉज ऑफ
Uh,
दिस?
Good evening, Pavnish. The withdrawal of preferential issue will have no bearing on the cash flow or the liquidity of our company. We are well and sufficiently financed. So to that extent, it doesn't affect our functioning or operations in any manner. Yes, the market conditions are turbulent at the moment, and the investor would have thought otherwise, and they decided to postpone it for a while till the markets are in a more stable condition. So that was the only reason for a withdrawal from the preferential investor.
And sir, my follow-up question on this would be like, what kind of revenues do we project in coming financial years, like financial year 26, 27? If you could give some guidance on this, please.
I can give you guidelines for FY25. So if you compare us with the previous year, FY24, our incremental growth on the top line would be by 25%.
Okay. And sir, one more question. Like, is there any route through which retail investors could also participate in the preferential issues that would be there in the coming future?
Yes, we would very welcome retail investors to participate in the preferential issue as and when we come out with the same. But, as you know, there would be a minimum ticket size to that. So that could be discussed, and we could design a particular preferential issue in that manner. I mean, we would be very happy to have as many investors possible. Rather than going with 1, 2 or 3, I would be happy to have more than 25 investors.
Yeah, because I am asking the question because there was a notification on the BSE that you would be having a preferential issues, and then there was a notification that the issue has been cancelled. I mean, how do I approach the company to participate?
In fact, if you recall, if you would have followed the BSE site, so at the time of the board meeting, it was announced that we are coming out with preferential issue, and everybody had a chance to come and approach the company, and we would have welcomed them.
Okay, so next time, whenever there is a chance, I can approach the company and I can participate.
Yes.
Provided I meet a minimum investment criteria.
Absolutely. You're very welcome, Pavnish.
And just one last question, sir. How do I approach the company?
I'm sorry?
Just one last question. How do I approach the company for this?
Oh, yeah, sorry, you have email IDs listed on the BSE site. You can write to compliance at Sealmatic, and you will be very promptly answered to your email.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Devender Wadhwa from Value Profilic Investments Advisory. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for taking my question. So, my first question is, what is your order flow in TTM basis, and what is the revenue visibility you are looking for?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wadhwa, I didn't get your question.
Sir, my question is, what is our order book currently, and what is the revenue visibility?
I've answered this question to Pavnish, but I'll still answer it once more. That we're looking at an incremental growth of 24% of the top line for FY25, and the order book is robust and healthy to give us another incremental growth for FY26.
Sir, could you give me a ballpark figure of the order book, if possible?
Order book as on date would be 500 million rupees.
Sorry?
Order book as on today would be rupees 500 million.
500 million. Okay. Thank you, sir. And my next question, sir, we are doing lots of collaboration with other companies in different countries. how does it translate to the revenue of the company?
The only joint venture that we have is in Abu Dhabi, and whereas in all other countries, they are authorized sale and service representatives. So we sell them, and further they sell it to their customers in the region over there.
Recently, we also did a collaboration with Russian company. So how does it impact our revenue? How much percentage, if possible, you can share?
Russia has been very good opportunity for us because of the ongoing Ukraine situation, as we all know. The market that we see in Russia is going to be very, very robust and healthy for us. This year, in FY25, we expect a revenue of almost 8 crores from Russia alone, which is profitable and which is a growing business for us in Russia.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Hardik Gandhi from HPMG Shares and Securities Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hi, sir. So hope you're well. So just wanted to know on the bottom line. So we had a good growth on the top line, but the bottom line was quite low, comparatively lower than last year's same period. So what was the major reason for that?
A lot of investment has gone into sales and marketing, mainly exhibitions. And if you look at that expenditure, that has been enormous because you need to invest money into new markets. And we also established 5 sales and service centers in India, which are manned by Sealmatic employees. So that's a major expenditure. But all said and done, we will have a good bottom line for FY25. As you see, in the half yearly, it is 23.5% at the moment, and we are very confident of increasing it to almost 25.5% on the bottom line. That is EBITDA I'm talking about. So if you compare us with the previous years, we would be in line on the bottom line as well.
Understood, sir. So, but just on that front, given that we have done this capex, and for now the money which was coming from preference is not there, has been stopped, right? So how will it affect us? I know you previously mentioned this, but so you say that we have good liquidity as well as there is no issues for the plan going forward. But there was a reason why we raised this money. And if this money is not coming to us right now, so that will affect us in some negative way. So I just wanted to know what's the plan on that front.
Mr. Gandhi, it wouldn't affect us in any manner operationally or the cash flow. The money that we are seeking via preferential issue was our expansion into Middle East and into USA, so which still can be, furthered or postponed by, say, about 4 or 6 months when the markets will become more stable. So currently, it has got no bearings on the withdrawal of the preferential issue.
Understood. Sir, and are we still trying to capture the 15% of the market share, or have we increased from that 15% going forward?
Yes, I think I've clarified this in the previous earnings call as well. The 15% of the market share that we're trying to attain is of the new requirements.
Correct.
Yeah, we are very much online.
Understood. And sir, just one last thing. What is the capacity utilization for the existing plant, and how fast do you think that the new plant will ramp up?
The current existing capacity utilization, I would say, on a ballpark figure, would be 80%. Okay. And the new plant in Kaman, which is 20 kilometers from the existing plant, is already integrated and would be ramped up in the next 2 or 3 months period maximum.
Understood. So, and that new plant has a 65% additional capacity, right?
Yes.
And how much of a let's just say if that plant also wants to reach 80% utilization. So in how many years time do you think that's a practical?
I would be saying it would be fair to say in the next 18 months time, the plant too also would be having 80% capacity utilization.
Okay. And going previously, you had mentioned multiple times that in the next years we will have a golden era where there will be a repeat demand, and then on that front. So do you think that is still intact, and we can see a good growth on the repeat orders from the OEMs and everything?
Yes, I've always mentioned that our Chandragupta Maurya period would start from FY 27, and that's the whole purpose of investing into OEMs and projects and subsidizing our sales. So from FY 27, we see a great growth in profitable business for the next 25 years.
Understood. And just one last, I know I might be taking...
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So on the Dubai front, sorry, not Dubai, the Saudi front, where you mentioned that we were going to use that 25 crore preferential to do a capacity expansion. So if we are going to postpone it, firstly, how long do you think we are going to postpone? And second thing is, if and when you do start a plant there, how much time would it take for the whole plant to be completed?
I'll just correct, maybe there's a misunderstanding. It is not for Saudi Arabia. It was for Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and USA.
Okay.
The investment of 25 crores is not for a new manufacturing plant in Saudi Arabia, or for that matter, any new manufacturing plant out of India is not possible economically.
Okay.
Because the whole purpose of economies of scale and cost of production gets defeated when you go and produce the same products outside of India. So the investment is needed to do sales and service and repairs of mechanical seals in those regions.
Understood. So indirectly, you're saying that the joint venture which we did there, right? So the mechanical seals will come from there. You'll repair it here and then send it back.
In Abu Dhabi, we have a joint venture where we are putting up a service center.
Okay.
Two of our employees are being transferred as we speak to Abu Dhabi, whereby we'll be solely focusing on customers like ADNOC, not only repair our mechanical seals, also repair mechanical seals of any competition, which is a lucrative business, profitable business.
Right. So the repairing facility will be there itself, or will we get it here, repair and send it back?
I'm sorry, I didn't get a few of the words.
Yeah. So will we repair the seals there itself, or will we import those seals and then send it back to the service center?
The seals will be repaired in Abu Dhabi. It will be a full-fledged service center with qualified technicians. The parts to repair those seals will go from India.
Understood. And how big of a service business are we looking there?
The service business, the current market in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi alone, is $60 million. That's the market size over there, which is totally an end-user business, and it's a profitable business.
Understood. So, but just from what I've understood, that usually when there is a seal issue or something, they just replace it rather than repairing it. That's from what I've known and spoken.
Yes. Many times they replace the entire seal. Even replacement, when we talk about repairing of the seals, is 75% of the cost of a new seal.
Correct.
When we repair a seal, we replace the vital components, and those vital components constitutes 75% of the cost of the seal. So that's a profitable, lucrative business. So when we say repair, it does not only mean that we're repairing or servicing. It means we're replacing the seals with new parts.
Understood. Okay. And any pressure from the import of the raw material side? Because I think the raw material is imported, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing any price pressure or anything from that side?
No, not to that extent that we have felt a pinch or a kind of a push. The system is seamless, and in fact, certain of the components have reduced to the price of the previous year, because the volume also increased over here at Sealmatic.
Correct. And are we going to plan to, I think people were planning to open domestic operations for the raw material which you use. So are there plans to curb the import and just purchase domestically?
When we talk about critical components such as, silicon carbide, so this is not being currently manufactured in our country.
Correct.
So they have to be imported. Then there are certain O-rings, quality of rubber, which goes into refineries and petrochemicals. Those are imported. So these are very critical parts. Whereas when we talk about the body of a mechanical seal, which is stainless steel, that is indigenous.
Correct. Understood. Yeah, that's it from mine. Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Rajesh Jain from NB Investments. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thanks for giving an opportunity. I just had two questions. One is about the joint ventures and that we are tying up with the different parts of the world. You have also given us the potential in those regions. Just want to know down the line 2 to 3 years from the formation of these JVs or the tie-ups, how much of that potential we will be able to capture?
See, I'll give you an example, Jain Saab, that when we're talking about, say, Abu Dhabi joint venture.
Okay.
So that is predominantly going to cater to the market in Abu Dhabi and adjacent areas in the UAE. So let us focus on Abu Dhabi. So what we are doing currently over here is that many projects are being undertaken by ADNOC. So all the pumps are being manufactured in India and are being supplied to ADNOC in the UAE. So all the seals that will go fitted in those pumps will be from India. Of course, we need to be approved by ADNOC, which is a good news that we are approved by ADNOC. So our target is to install 100 seals in the next 8 months in ADNOC. Then in the year that will follow on, another 100 seals, and so on and so forth. So in 3 years' time, our target is to have minimum 300 seals to be installed in Abu Dhabi. Now this itself, when we talk about lucrative business, in 3 years' time, we expect a business of $1.5 million, which is totally an end user business, profitable business, and a proprietary business, because the original seals are Sealmatic seals. So as we speak of our target for 100 seals for this year, we have achieved 70 seals so far, 30 more to go, which will happen in the next 4 or 5 months' time. So that's the kind of margins, that's the kind of business we are talking about. And if we further expand it to, say, in Kuwait or in Oman or in Qatar or Saudi Arabia, it's a similar market size. Of course, Saudi Arabia is a much bigger market and, of course, a difficult market, as we all know, because of the stringent conditions from the end users. So that's the kind of bandwidth that we foresee for Sealmatic.
Okay, that is quite helpful. Sir, just a follow-up on this is, so these 100 seal, what you are saying, it is basically in the pumps which were sent from India. Earlier, the Sealmatic seals are only there?
No. These are new projects. So any refinery or a petrochemical unit, there's always, capacity augmentation, expansion, or modernization. So when such activities are being undertaken by the end user, such as ADNOC, they will buy new pumps. So new pumps, new mechanical seals.
Okay. So you're saying it is for the project business only again?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Sir, my second question is, as on year ending FY24, how much was the project business? How much was the value of the project business? As well as if you can give that number for the H1 FY25 also.
It would be difficult to give a exact scientific value on that, but I can tell you in FY24 we had done almost 175 mechanical seals which went for projects. And this year we are planning more than 250 seals for projects.
So for us, what should we take as the average cost of these seals?
For the future business or for the current business?
No. Whatever the seals you are saying, 150 we have done till FY24 and another 250 you are doing now in this current financial year.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this in my previous 3 earnings call, and I'll still further, take the opportunity of giving more insight to this project business. It is like the razor and the blade, or the Kodak film and the camera. So during projects, you are subsidizing your sale. So that is actually, in terms of financial value, it is not visible. But in terms of future business, it is going to be enormous. And that is why we say from FY27, there's going to be a golden period, because all the hard work that we did in FY24, 25, 26, and will still continue doing it, will all come as end user business beginning FY27. So when we talk about project business, it is done at a loss.
Sir, I understand that. I have gone through all the last 3 con calls. See, what I'm trying to ask you is, okay, I'll rephrase my question. So you're saying your golden period will start from FY27. So based on whatever you have planned for, what you have done in 24 and you're doing now in 25 and then in 26, how much will be the project business will come for, that the annual sale will come from 27? How much will it be?
Only in India, FY27, when we talk about, and assuming that the current business as we are, conducting, and it grows in a similar fashion, we will be able to add 15 crores of pure end user business, which is highly profitable.
15 crores.
Yes, and again, when we go on FY28, so this 15 crores gets repeated, plus additional 10 or 15 crores will further be added. So it will be incremental growth as we move forward.
Understand. Sir, another last small clarification. I think someone had asked about the drop in the margins or the profitability. I think you had mentioned that this year we will end FY25 with 35% EBITDA margin, is what you said?
25.
And last year was how much, sir?
Last year was 21.
So this year we'll end up with EBITDA of 25%.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the clarification and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We have more follow-up questions from the line of Devinder Wadhwa from Value Profiling Investment Advisory. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Sir, my last question is, what is the capex planning for next 2 to 3 years?
The majority of capex would go into R&D. That way we want to develop future technologies for mechanical seals. And of course, the normal capex that would, entail to modernize our plant, to expand our business, would be approximately say about 4 crores.
4 crores. Okay. And what about the R&D? You said about the normal CapEx is around 4 crores. And how much is R&D expenses?
And plus R&D, I would say another 2 crores.
2 crores.
Yes.
Okay. This for FY24. This for 1 year, no?
I'm sorry?
The amount you have said is for FY26.
Yes, FY26.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Shantanu Nakade from Value Educator. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, in Russia, are we going to sell through the distributors or are we going to sell directly where we are doing the O&M also?
We are doing via distributors because Russia is a huge country. It's difficult to be present in a country like Russia because of cultural differences, language barriers. So it is not possible for us to be present over there.
Okay. So, and what will be the opportunity size in Russia in numbers, if you can tell?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
So, what will be the opportunity size in Russia in numbers, if you can tell?
The market size of Russia would be approximately $200 million.
Okay. And so my second question is, what will be the ideal inventory days in FY26 or FY27 once the O&M business starts?
I'm sorry. Can you please?
Yeah. So what I was asking, what will be the ideal inventory days in FY26 or FY27, once the O&M business starts?
Inventory, I think we will achieve the inventory period of 80 days. We are reducing the inventory holding period.
Okay. So, and my last question is, what will be the ideal domestic and export mix going forward?
The same ratio as we are currently using. It is in domestic we are using 40%, export 60%.
Okay, sir. That's it from my side, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harshit, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Harshit.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. So, sir, first question, you have started a joint venture with high technologies, right? High-tech technologies.
Yes, in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. So it's a construction company. So I was just wondering, how it would add a value to Sealmatic.
It's a new company. ATEX is a part of Offshore group. If you look up Offshore in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, I can spell that for you. HABSHAN, Offshore.
Okay.
So this ATEX is a new company. It's not a construction company. It might be a similar company with the same name.
Oh, okay.
And Offshore is predominantly involved into rotary equipment. So they represent Elliott and other large pump companies.
Got it. And sir, my second question. So you are saying there will be providing services to even some other company might have installed a particular seal. Now we will be doing service for that seal and it's profitable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, when we say like our golden periods will start, so that means we will start getting repeated orders. But here, right now, we are seeing an opportunity, like we are grabbing other client opportunity into our own. So, like we are bringing new clients by grabbing their opportunity. Let's say after 1 year, still requires maintenance or they require a new seal. So they are not contacting their earlier vendor. They are contacting Sealmatic. So that's a business loss for that particular client. But
No,
can
yeah, please go ahead.
yeah.
same can happen like in say FY 28 or 29 that our seal also requires maintenance and they give it to some other seal companies, right?
They will only come
business will be lost.
Yeah, they will only come to Sealmatic when the existing supplier is not responding for whatever reasons, or there's an exploitative tactics employed by the current OEM, and where the cost is exorbitant. In such cases, they do look for alternate companies to service that particular product. It does not mean that your original product, they will immediately contact a competition. Otherwise, what's the point of investing money into projects at loss?
Correct. So sir, this brings another question. So right now we are doing loss and putting our sales over there. That's great. But like in the coming years, we will be increasing our prices. So like the company would keep this in mind that our prices are still low than our competitors, right?
Yes, because all the competition that we see globally and also in India are all these multinational companies, and Sealmatic's price is almost say about 15%, 15% lesser than the global companies.
Okay, nice. And sir, my last question. So in one of the interviews, I have read that around more than 70 plus fund houses, large fund houses, have approached Sealmatic to know their business and they wanted to invest in this company. So are we still seeing the same attraction, like fund houses are coming and meeting you and knowing more about the company?
As of yesterday, 103 companies have visited Sealmatic, and there's a keen interest from big, small, medium companies in Sealmatic.
Sir, so one more question. So why are we holding on to preferential issue? Like if Aegis companies is right now holding that, then we can go with another fund house and get funded from them and start our operation. Why to delay that?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Like I am saying, like if more fund houses are interested in investing in Sealmatic, so why are we postponing our preferential issue? Why not to give them chance for the preferential issue and get the funds?
Yes, of course, but the market conditions as we are experiencing in the current times are not conducive. So we'll have to wait it out for the next 3 or 4 months.
Sure, sir. Sure, okay. And sir, it would be great, like if you also consider right issue so that individual investor also benefited.
There are many instruments which could be considered and designed to attract investment. The right issue is one way of doing it. Preferential is another way of doing it, and there are many other methods.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We have follow-up questions from Pavnish from Ridhya Cars Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to know, like, if we wanted to, if you could give an appointment and if we could meet you or could visit the plant, would that be possible?
We always welcome and encourage people who are interested in Sealmatic to come and visit us, and we, spare time answering questions and giving a plant tour. So you're very welcome.
Thank you, sir. I would be approaching the company for this and would be hoping for a positive response. Thank you so much.
Please.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Arnab, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. I hope you're doing fine and your team as well. I'm audible, right, sir? You can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to understand the recurrence that you brought up in the orders. So is it a function of a life cycle? Like, are you suggesting that life cycle of the seals you're manufacturing is a year, and that's the reason consecutive years you will get repeat orders? I also wanted to know if there is any difference. I'm not sure if you have answered this question before. If you have, then you can just ignore them because I'll be listening to the full video later in the day. But today I joined like 20 minutes late, so pardon me if I am asking the question. I wanted to understand, is there any difference in the margin profiles for seals you're supplying, the ones for nuclear plants versus oil and gas? And what gives us the edge? Like, our machines, did we purchase them from outside? Like, were they imported? Those are the two questions that I had. Thank you.
So when we compare mechanical seals, say for nuclear or for defense applications or for a refinery, as we all understand that these are critical applications, though the metallurgy would be similar, but the application is critical. So in that sense, these seals have to be reliable and have to function for a particular operating parameter. So when we talk about mechanical seals per se, generally the life cycle would be between 12 to 18 months, depending on the operating parameters. Mechanical seals are highly sensitive industrial consumables. So in a period of 12 to 18 months time, a seal gets replaced and a new seal or a repaired seal gets installed.
A repaired seal isn't as lucrative to us, right? Like, a repair seal will be cheaper, right? Going in business.
Yeah, I think probably you missed out. You came 20 minutes late. I will repeat the answer. Repaired seal is almost 75% of the cost of a new seal. So when we say repair, we replace the parts, the critical parts inside that seal. So the heart of the seal gets replaced with a new part.
Awesome. Got it. I understand. And can you also talk about like the machining? Our machines, are these indigenous ones, or these are exported from outside?
Most of the machines are imported from various countries, namely Europe. And I think if I would make a ballpark figure, 80% of the machines are all imported over here.
Okay. Thanks. That's all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Shantanu, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good evening. First of all, congratulations on good numbers. So my first question was how this how are the things on demand supply side?
Mr. Shantanu, we lost connection. Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes. So, sir, I mean to ask, how is the steel market globally, like on demand supply side, and what are our areas on focus specifically in this market, like petroleum, defense, or any of, like, if you can just put some color on.
Okay. The current market size, as we see globally for mechanical seals, is $4.25 billion. Our current focus, of course, is India, the Middle East,
Okay.
and Russia. Now, if we further bifurcate or further make it fine, our focus is oil and gas, refinery, petrochemical, power plants, nuclear and thermal, and defense business, which involves Indian Navy and Air Force. That's our major thrust, and we're investing a lot of time, money, and energy on this business.
Okay. I get it. So, sir, in that, how good are we compared to the peers? I mean,
In terms of capabilities,
yeah, yes.
we may not be as big as them, but we are as good as them.
Okay, I get it. And sir, like our last big order was from Mongolia refinery. So do we have any similar kind of project in pipeline? Like, can we expect some announcement regarding project orders?
Yes, there are many we are working on. mainly in the, CIS region and the Middle East.
Okay. And so, for the from the current capacity, so what revenue should we expect? Like, what revenue the current capacity can generate, and in like span of like approximate 10 years, like 2 years, 3 years, anything like?
I can give you consolidated figure for, say, 5 years. Our aim is to take the company to at least 275 crores by 2028.
Okay, okay. And so how much of that revenue would be from service, or like how, or let's not go over 5 years, but when we will be starting our revenue, service revenue from 27, so how much can it be from service?
I would say a ballpark figure of between, say, 35 to 40% would be the end user business, which we may call as O&M or service, or whichever name we may like to call it as. So that would be in a range of 35 to 40%. Say after 5 years at 275, if you say conservative 35%, that would be almost 85 crores.
After 5 years?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And when we are initially starting from FY27, how much would be that?
I just answered that question, but I'll still repeat myself.
Yeah.
FY27, we expect a revenue of 15 crores on end user business.
Okay, sir. And like, as we have now tied up globally with partners, so have we started realizing the service revenue from our partners, or like we are yet to receive, like?
In Russia, we already have 8 crores of business going on.
Mm-hmm.
In Abu Dhabi, we just started, so next year should get us a good revenue of at least $500,000.
Okay. And so I see our receivables are being stretched from 15 crores to 19 crores. So any specific reason for them? Like, if you can just put some color on that.
Because our sales are increasing, therefore data are increasing.
Sorry, I could not get it.
Yes. Our sales are increasing by 19%, and therefore the data are increased. And we are regularly receiving the payment from the debtors. There are no any
bad debts or any kind of a difficult payment.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Hardik Gandhi from HPMG Shares and Securities Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. So my doubts were solved by the previous person, so I will not ask any question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I will now hand the conference over to Mr. Umar Balwa. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Ryan. And I see more than 65 participants in our earnings call of today. I thank everybody for taking out their valuable time and attending this earnings call, and also asking interesting questions. And while answering those questions, it also brings out a lot of confidence in us. We are confident that Sealmatic is on the right path, and Sealmatic will have a glorious journey as we move forward, thus making Sealmatic as one of the leading companies, not only in India, but globally as well. So thank you all for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next earnings call. And lastly, I would like to apologize because I have got a bad throat, so my voice is a bit hoarse. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Sealmatic India Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.